Hey, it's Filet, and you're watching Filet TV, the ultimate YouTube channel. I'm no cinematographer, just a dude with a camera. All right, well, anyways, you guys remember a few days ago, I got my little 914 project delivered from Colorado Springs. Unfortunately, it had a smashed windshield, which I knew about, and I've never, in my life had to deal with the windshield on a 914. And trust me, I figured it's something, it's got to be glued in. It's not something you want to do at home, for sure. So I called around trying to get an estimate, and there was a lot of places online where I can get estimates, but none of these companies could come through. I had contacted Auto Glass Gurus, was the first people I checked. The price was a little steep, so I called around, and of course nobody could deliver, brand new windshield and get it installed for the price that, of course, Auto Glass Gurus can. So we worked up a deal. They sent a couple of guys over. It took them a day until they could come out here. But the guys took exceptional care. They pulled the old windshield out. They cleaned this channel really well. They spent a lot of time making sure that the channel was perfect. And I got really lucky because on this 914, there was not a drop of rust on it. Even though there's a little bit of rust on the fender seam right there, the windshield frame was perfect. So, he got it all cleaned up and scuffed up. And then it was the time to apply the glue, which you see him doing there. And check out that M16 Milwaukee caulking gun. That's pretty sweet. I sure would like to have one of those. I don't know what I'd use it for, but it would be pretty awesome. So he laid a bead of glue all the way around it, and he let set for just a few minutes. And then he came in and put a final coat. Ooh, there's another. Let's take another look at that Milwaukee there. Pretty sweet. Yeah, so he laid another bead in there. And, I guess it's a two-stage kind of deal, but he went through, laid a nice smooth bead in there. There's that Milwaukee again. Let's take one more look at it before he puts it away. Oh, yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Anyway, so yeah, like they laid the bead down. He didn't do anything else to it. Just laid a nice clean bead with the killer Milwaukee, like I'm saying. And then the other guy and him went and put it in, which seemed to be a pretty simple task. They had to move it around a little bit to get it centered in there. But trust me, I put in Volkswagen bug windshields and other kinds. My Carmen Ghia windshield rubber, that was pretty tough too. But there's no way I'm ready to start trying to glue in deal. And, you could have bought this. I could have bought the windshield and picked it up online for, about $200 less than it cost me for installation. So, installed and everything. So it was a pretty good deal. And like I said, I don't have to worry about it. The car's done. We're on day number 4 or 5. And the windshield is in. And I'm quite happy. All in all, it took them maybe an hour and 10 minutes at the very most. And they did a real professional job. Once they got it all glued in, then they spent extra time. I came out here at one time, and the guy had little tools out, and he's tapping the dents out of one of the pieces of chrome. And even though we do have a little piece of chrome that's a little wrinkled in one corner, he made it seal and sit nicely. These guys are very professional, worth every single penny that I paid to have it done. When it was over, he put the windshield wiper arms back on. He cleaned the windshield 2 or 3 times. Job perfect. Very, very happy. Well, I tell you, the view's much better through the windshield now that it's been replaced. And then let's look and see what the dash looks like. We'll cover that hole with a stereo. Get a Momo wheel. Get some fresh carpet. New shifter. Okay, it's been sitting for a few days. Let's see what happens. Okay, this is the walk around video, the 72 914 after its first week. As you can hear, we've got it running. Got the windshield replaced. Now the only thing we're going to have to worry about is the shifter pedal assembly. And California registration would also be nice. And then a new deck lid. All right, so here we are back indoors in the studio shop, and everything looks great. I mean, this piece of tin was a little bit messed up. I'll clean this up, but it, you know, either way, it's sealed really nicely and there was no rust. That's the best thing. Anyways, all right, windshield's in. This is day 4. Hope you guys like this video. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, give me a thumbs up, keep the comments good and bad coming, and I will see you in a few days. Take care. Thanks for watching PHILA TV.